A school chaplain who was dismissed for telling pupils it was OK to disagree with LGBT ideology has lost his unfair dismissal case. Trent College in Nottingham dismissed the Reverend Dr. Bernard Randall after it judged his sermon to be harmful to pupils and reported him to the Anti-Terrorism Prevent programme. However, despite outpourings of support from parents and former pupils and members of the public, Dr. Randall lost his unfair dismissal case, a decision he has described as a blow for free speech and Christian freedoms. And the Reverend Dr. Bernard Randall joins me now. If you can summarise for us, because I know you talked about this before, but what actually did you say that caused so much offence?
What I said was that when it comes to ideologies, when it comes to ideas, you should make up your own mind. And I used the example of Brexit. You make up your own mind whether you're for or against.
Right.
And I said that there are some areas of disagreement between traditional Christian views and LGBT ideologies. And on those, you make up your own mind, but you may believe in the traditional Christian understanding of marriage. You may believe biological sex can't be changed. You may look at the language of gender identity and think it doesn't make sense, it's incoherent, and therefore it can't be more than partly true. But I emphasised repeatedly the importance of respecting people we disagree with, respect the sincerity of their beliefs, even if you disagree.
So where we've disagreed in the past is that I suggested we should actually say, no, the LGBT ideology is wrong, but you just said you have a right to question it, just as you have a right to question the Christian values. So you didn't even go as far as I would suggest we could go. But that has been deemed as offensive, and on the opposite end of the spectrum, the people who your school brought in were chanting smash heteronormativity and getting staff to chant this, and this was found OK, this was found appropriate.
Yeah, the judge in the case didn't seem to have any problem with the idea of smash heteronormativity.
Right.
I'm not sure she fully understood what it means,
right.
and I explained what it means, but I'm not sure that she was really very interested in listening to the evidence I gave. So at the start of the ruling, she says, we found all the evidence of the witnesses honest and credible. I feel as if she didn't actually listen to what I was saying at all. It's not there in the judgment, at least, and that's disappointing to say the least.
I find it absolutely shocking, but the worst thing about this is that Judge Butler noted that the Church of England cites E&C, this is the company, as a recognised resource. So is it the Church's fault that they recognise these LGBT lobbies as resources for schools to be using?
You could argue that. Actually, the Church of England doesn't say it's a recognised resource. In an old version of a document, it lists it as a resource to look at, and specifically says it is not recommended.
Right.
But Judge Butler didn't read that bit, apparently.
It seems Judge Butler needs to do their homework. Where do you go from here? We're
going to appeal the ruling. My lawyers say that there are all sorts of legal problems with the way the ruling has been put forward. I'm reminded of the case of Maya Forstater, whose case about gender-critical beliefs was thrown out by the judge the first time, and then the appeal tribunal said that judge had got the law completely wrong. So it does happen, and I think that's what's happened in this case. So we'll look forward to an appeal, hopefully by the end of this year, but you just never know with these things.
Of course, the judge isn't here to defend themselves.
Of course.
But what has the toll been on you?
It's been really hard. I mean, it's well over 3.5 years since I gave that sermon, and my life just exploded around me. And if it only affected me, I probably would have got my head down and got on with it. But actually, these are issues of freedom of speech, freedom of religion, which affect everyone in society. And I'm convinced it matters so much that I'm willing to go through the turmoil and the heartache of fighting a difficult case.
Thank you for doing that. That was the Reverend Dr. Bernard Randall. Please do look him up online and give him support if you can. Thank you for sharing your story with us.